Hi, I'm Trey, and this is my channel on YouTube and Odyssey. Trey's Myths and Tunes. California Socialist Nazi la-di-da attrition destabilization plan. That is what I'm speaking about on this controversial edition. Look at the young men dying. Look at the women crying. The way they've always done before. Look at the lives we're living. Look at the bullshit you believe in. Look at all the people disappearing. And I don't wanna have no more. My hands are tied with the love I got for human rights. And all these dreams are swept aside in the bloody tide of your fake ass attrition civil war. California Socialist Nazi la-di-da attrition destabilization plan. Of course, we all know, at least most everyone on this who watches this, I'm sure you all know, the Dark Lords, Khazarian Mafia families created the Hollywood. And before that, the Black Suns, the Illuminati, in those days, coming from the Vatican, the Jesuits, and the conquistadores, the Santa Cruz Curse, the genocides, the missions. And so we could also call this Illuminati real estate, black magic power, differentialism, singularity, creation through monetization. Singularity creation through monetization, okay? Illuminati real estate, black magic power, differentialism. In other words, they create the idea that I'm unworthy as your teacher. I'm unworthy. I'm not a human because I don't have the ability, or I'm unwilling to be a slave. I'm not willing to work 3 jobs 7 days a week. I'm not willing to sign away my right to freedom to pay $200 to live with a bunch of psychopaths who are extremely mentally ill. So between the conquistadores and now, we have this, again, this my bird's eye view here. We have this implementation of this insanely gouged out fake ass cost of living. We have wage slavery, the false feminist movement. It's ironic, so ironic. In my past lives as a monk, my astro.com said that I was supposed to toe the line, pull up my bootstraps, and take care of myself in this reality, in this lifetime. This happens to be the ascension window when humanity is suffering under the attempted hijack of everything, and I happen to be in the most expensive small town in the world. So, again, as I've said before, looking at the big picture, the long-term view, it's yes, take care of the self. I want to take care of the self. This body, the only way I ever really feel that I'm doing the right thing financially is if my job or my occupation helps others in a big way. Because we need big help here, man. Even if it's just a lot of joy through the music I played. Okay, so we're in the era of transhumanism. Okay, in 2020, of course, we had the Santa Cruz voluntarists. We also had the Black Lives Matters protest, et cetera, et cetera. That gave the dark side, the idea that, we might have to pull back and be more covert. And when people saw the PCR tests were fraudulent, that they broke the California state constitution, the Brown Act, to lock it all up. And of course, they didn't make people pay rent for a long time, but the idea that there will ever be rent or property tax control in this county or this part of California at least is just an unfunny joke, and they're just not willing. The dark side, the Illuminati, the Dark Lords, the city managers, they're just not willing to be real about it from a spiritual or respectful place. They're willing to fill up the whole front street and make it look like San Jose by the Sea with massive buildings, but all those rooms are going to be $3,000 a month for a small room. They don't care. They don't care about making it affordable. They're not going to do it because it goes against their Lord Satan. In the year 2022, in the city of Santa Cruz, California, they shut down the free village for the people. I guess some of them were people whose houses burned down in the fires, but the majority were people that were mentally ill on meth, heroin, fentanyl, alcohol, from all around the country probably. They could get their supply, and it was very disgusting. A lot of, trash and stuff to an extreme level. And again, at that point, I thought, well, the NWO, they want people to see, well, you can be free, but it's going to be really nasty and horrible. So then they cleaned it all up. It's a good thing they did before the atmospheric river would have gotten rid of a lot of them. But, see, the reason why I'm making this video is because when I go to upload these videos, if I don't go to the next town or another place, I'm going to have these tweakers surrounding me, looking at me, sussing me, wondering if they can rob me, manipulate me, and make friends with me in order to whatever. I don't know what they think, but they will be there. And so that's the reason why I'm making this video, to let you know what it's like for a person who stays in the tent in the forest after they allow this. Well, it doesn't bother me so much here because I'm fortunately maybe a mile or so away from anywhere they try to go. But when I get to town, there's a tweaker or an alcoholic, a gnarly person laying or twitching in almost every alcove, every part of it. It's just gnarly. I mean, he made this health food store, the only one where I can use Wi-Fi, and try to live there. About 2 to 5, 6, 7 people, if you include the van dwellers, living there, just living there. And while on one side appreciate the socialist, Jewish socialist guy, that he's tolerant. On the other hand, it's like the dark side of tolerance. They trash, they leave their stuff. And, I appreciate the one guy is trying to make money with pots and pans, but like he just leaves his stuff in there all day. And it's like, if he's not an undercover or somehow related or friends with the owner, it's like, well, why does he get to leave all this? It's not that it offends me or makes me jealous. It's just I don't want to watch him twitch while I'm uploading, and I don't have any problem with the guy. It's just a principle is odd to me, and I guess it's because he knows, partially because he knows that they broke up that village, and it's pretty crazy, really, the whole situation of having, people on street drugs, like pretty much like everywhere, junkies, thieves, fentanyl addicts, victims of psych wards, people who were put on antipsychotics, satanic ritual abuse, abusive family. They got beat or raped by their family members, PTSD victims from the military. It creates a sense of fear, and it restabilizes the perception of the acceptance of wage slavery. Oh, man, if you're not a wage slave, man, you're going to have to be around these people twitching. Okay? It makes freedom, unless you hang out at the beach or the forest here. If you're somebody who likes to be in the city, it makes it more believable that you'd rather work 3 jobs 7 days a week. I mean, it's sick. It's a sick-ass mind control thing. Either way you look at it, to let them have the village or to not. Because letting them have the village is okay, but just the amount of trash around it is like, I don't know. Except if you don't accept wage slavery, otherwise the consequences, you're always going to be around tweakers. The big, the bad, the good, the wild woods has nearly endless exponential energy and housing opportunities. No one and nothing can help others without discernment and self-respect. The Babylon black magic money masters and slaves hate themselves and they must create hierarchy. Okay? When you hate yourself, you obey these hierarchies. Whether you're stuck in the disgusting lower position, the enforcers of the insane mandates, or the master black magician class. Either way, you're going to be suffering. You're separate from Creator. You're not going to feel anything remotely to do with the real original Christos or respectful creators. Instead, you're going to feed these astral parasites and be in a state of anxiety. And again, your ego, your separation consciousness. The fact that I can make this video and not be afraid is because I consider the socialist, commie, spiritual retards and the tweakers as part of my family. Everyone is part of my family. It's no joke. The oneness is not a joke. And in the end, hanging out or with years of being around narcissists and considering them friends for years, and these psychopaths, and knowing how many psychopaths are around here, you know, the lesson I've had to learn is you got to stay away from them. Don't try to be friends with hierarchal people, because a hierarchal person or a dogmatic person, a person who believes in the old religion or the government, is going to feed the beast, either psychologically abuse you or in one way or the other. Remember, the slogan of money is divide and conquer. In Santa Cruz, California, you can see every facet of how it's done. And again, motherfuckers might hate me, might never watch my channel, might never talk to me again, might think I'm scary, or might think I'm some kind of hero. But I'm just doing my little job, my little piece of work to help my little free service to the world, which is you obey the Dracos, the Black Suns, or the Belial Sons, the Anunnakis. You obey your slave masters. You obey the Demiurge. You obey Lucifer. And even if you don't cut off your body parts, you don't accept that, you're still going to accept the mental slavery. You're still going to accept the abuse. You're still going to think if you're free, you got to be tortured. And if you're not, if you're in the human body, you have to be suffering. Okay? The Buddha was accurate in saying that existence is suffering, but they were also accurate in the Mahayana in saying that you can realize the divine in everything and also realize the inside job of happiness is in your hands and you have the power to create yourself. Like David Standall Roth, you can be happy even in the middle of this fucked up war. Okay? When you know that, when you're aware of that fact, and you can begin to approach that the Christ is within, and love yourself, you can start to have equanimity, and you can start to not react to these disgusting drug addicts, you know, and their twitching behavior with anything but compassion. And the same to the owners of the city manager and the owners of these stores. However, you also will be required to, if you're going to awaken fully, to see how they're all pawns to the dark side, and how the more you are consecrated to money, to financial reality, the more you're divided and conquered. Okay, and the more you realize that money is a paper thin reality, like the stock market, it can crash. The fiat money has nothing backing it, but that we believe in it, and then you know it's okay to believe in it. It's okay to use the paper money, but you know it's better if you have your not pre-1964 coins, because they're going to be 90% silver, and you keep some of them. And you know it's better if you have the skill of organic farming or the skill of teaching someone something, or playing music, or being an artisan, or repairing things. So if you enjoyed this, click my Irish subscribe button. I'm going to go put on more clothes and go into the box and get warm and upload. And I hope that you, or I believe, I envision, I should say, I be truth, that you and myself have the power. No matter how many disgusting, creepy drug addicts, predators, and narcissistic weirdos are around, because if you're in this county, they will be, that you do not respond, you do not get triggered, and you calmly create a great day anyway, baby. No matter how much shit these monsters dump in the sky and make it freezing here in coldwater paradise when you know it would be 72 degrees. Eventually, I'll figure out how to forgive them and create a great day, babies and people.